Welcome to Cardinal Stadium for this evening's football contest between the Joseph Case High School Cardinals and the visiting Skippers of Cohasset High School. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Excited to bring you another evening of Case High School football. And I'm happy to say that I will not be flying solo in this game. Alongside me in his first ever game as a football announcer will be a color man for this game, former Case High School graduate like myself and student athlete Jared Neville.
How's it going?
Oh, Jared, great cold evening for football. Interestingly enough, this game is being played on a Thursday night instead of the usual Friday night for Case football because tomorrow is Veterans Day observed. So we are playing on a Thursday night instead. Case won the toss and deferred to the second half, and they will be kicking off to Cohasset. I see number 2, Brendan Cooper, down there for Cohasset, along with number 12, Danny Nolan. And as usual for Case doing the kicking is number 24, Jeremy Tibitot. Case comes into this game with a record of 5-3, and the Skippers come in with a record of 4-5. Tibitot kicking both sides of his line as we get ready for the opening kickoff.
Here we go.
And we are underway. It's going to be a low squib kick fielded by Cohasset at the 40-yard line, and falling immediately is number 27, Aaron Froyo. Interesting.
I really like Case's defense's chances in this game.
We're looking at the warm-ups out there at the beginning, and we did like Case's defense is actually very good this year. What I've seen in previous games, they're very good at stopping the run, and they're going to give up yardage like everybody does. Let's see what the Skippers do on their first possession of the game. We got an I formation. Can't see they're running there. Matt Lund is their quarterback, number 7. He's going to be rolling to his right, looking to pass. This might be a keeper. He's going to actually throw it, and the ball is going to be incomplete on the ground.
Tough pass there.
That was number 24, Will Thomas, the tight end, the intended receiver. So we start the game with an incomplete pass. And second and 10 now coming up for the Skippers from the 40-yard line.
I gotta say, I want to expect a big game out of 75, Logan LeBlanc up the middle.
For Case, the defensive tackle is Logan LeBlanc, also honored on senior night, as stated before, his parents came on the field. Hand up in the middle for the Skippers. That's a good run. That was number, let's see if I can get a number on that. Number 22. That was Noah Froyo. I'm not sure. F-O-R-F-R-O-I-O.
Froyo on the carry. Noah 7 yards on the play.
Noah Froyo will go with that, the PA announcer said. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 coming up for the Skippers from the 46-yard line. As I said before, this was senior night for Case as the parents came on the field for both the football players and the cheerleaders. So nice to have the seniors acknowledged and honored. A little bit of jumping going on. That's going to be a penalty on Case.
Looks like 50 went offside.
Number 50, that's Noah Casado for Case. Looks like he jumped. Let's see it, unless they throw it as a false start on the Skippers. Let's see, the referees are getting in there to decide. Casado definitely jumped. You cannot really argue that, but that might be either encroachment or a false start penalty. And it is a false start on the Skippers. I'm a little surprised by that.
Looks like a big break there for Case.
It's going to move the Skippers back 5. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now for Cohasset from the 30, and to make that the 41-yard line.
I think we might see a pass out of Cohasset here.
I'd expect a pass on 3rd and 9 unless we do a draw play up the middle. 2 wide receivers, one to the left, one to the right in the I formation. And it's going to be a toss play. We stand corrected. Bouncing to the right. Oh, trying to get back out to the right again. That was a good play by defense to sniff that out. That was Froyo, number 22, Noah Froyo. Looks like there's 2 Froyos on the roster. I would imagine they're probably related. Noah Froyo with brother Aaron got the opening kickoff and just finally fell down. Kyle Kohler on the tackle. It's going to be 4th and long for the Skippers. And I would imagine a punt here in this situation. I can't see a team running a fake punt here. But I don't know, Jared, do you remember there was a BYU game against, I think it was Boise State a couple years ago, where they ran a fake punt from their own 3-yard line with the punter on 4th and 17.
Unbelievable.
You say that didn't go anywhere. It is going to be a punt. Almost blocked by Case.
Nobody back there.
And no one back there received the punt, so Case is going to let this bounce. Looks like Case went for an all-out blocking formation. They didn't quite get it. Yeah. And Cohasset is going to down that ball at about the 16-yard line. And Case will take over for their very first possession of the game.
First and 10 from the 16.
It's a good defensive stop there, Jared, by Case on that.
Oh, absolutely.
That first drive. 3 and out, really, for Cohasset. Incomplete pass and a decent run and a penalty. And then a run that picked up a couple of yards, but not enough. So that will go in the books as a 3 and out. And the Cardinals will get after their first possession of the game. First and 10 from the 16-yard line.
You know, I see Case is going back out there with their wing formation.
Wing T formation, I believe, for Case. Cohasset's jumping a little bit. Prue is going to hand off to Thibodeau, bouncing to the left. And wow, tackle. Cohasset was all over that one. I did not see who was on the tackle. I think it was number 13, Cal Austin, the captain for the Skippers. Great tackle there by Austin. That's going to set Case back a couple of yards. More than a couple, I think, correct? That's going to bring about a 2nd and 16.
Thibodeau, the ball carrier, tripped up in the backfield by Will Austin. Loss of about 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 16.
Lots of 6 on the play, 2nd and 16.
I really want to see Case air it out today.
I was going to say, from what I've seen in the past, Devin Prue has an excellent ability to hit receivers in stride when they throw it. Case is a very heavy run, but with 2nd and 16, not a whole lot in the playbook for that. Let's see if Prue's going to come out and pass here. Prue will be rolling to his right. He's going to look to pass. Prue's going to keep it himself now. Keeper around the outside, and finally it's going to be pushed out of bounds by number 13 for Cohasset. That's Austin again. So Prue picked up a couple on that play. Nobody open. That was an intended pass, and he just kind of took off with it. See how many yards he ended up getting back on there. Not many.
By Devin Prue.
Gain of about, I would say,
3 on the play.
3 yards.
Bring up 3rd
and 13. Now, Jared, I would expect a pass in this situation.
Absolutely. Play by number 13.
3rd and 13 from the Case's own 13-yard line.
Just saw number 88 check in, Keegan Lecomte.
Lecomte,
excuse me.
Keegan Lecomte, number 88, the wide receivers in the game. And Case is going to indeed line up with 3 wide receivers, right one to the left and one back behind. It's going to be a pass. Prue across the middle. He has Costa incomplete.
Wow.
And that is a pass. I saw a hold on that play. It looked like pass interference to me. It looks like they are going to get the defensive back for the Skippers. Pass was intended for Chris Costa, and I did definitely see some contact in that. I thought the flag was going to go out. The crowd was in an uproar, and sure enough, the penalty was thrown. The officials are going to discuss this, but I don't see how this is not going to be a penalty on the Skippers.
Tough play by Cohasset. Can't be having your hands on there. It's going to be an easy first down for Case. And it is. Defensive pass interference is a quarterback's dream because it's essentially an automatic first down for the offense on top of that. But that was when I saw a good pass and Prue headed for Acosta. Sometimes as the defender, the only thing he can do is get your hands up like that. So anyway, that results in first down for Case. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up from their own 28-yard line. Prue has a tight end to his right and 2 backs slightly behind him to the left and a wide receiver to his left. It's going to be an inside handoff. And that didn't really go anywhere. I did not see who was on the run for that. Let me see if I can get a number when they stand up. That was number 9. That was Ty Kudo, number 45 on the run.
Number 45, Ty Kudo on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. Tackled by number 13, Will Austin.
So gain of about, he got more than I thought he did. It's going to be 2nd and 8, a gain of 2 yards in the play, but 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Very similar formation again for motioning Thibodeau to the left. Prue's going to toss it out to the left to Costa. Costa's got some open space. There goes Costa down the sideline. Finally tackled into the first down marker by Cohasset. Good run by Chris Costa on that play, gain of about 5 yards. That'll be a 3rd and short.
Excellent job getting the outside there.
As I said before, at least with Prue and I can say this Thibodeau and Costa, is they have a lot of speed. So if they get to the outside, they are very hard to bring down. Remember from previous games. About 3rd and I would say maybe 1.5. I would say 3rd and 2 for Case coming up from the 36, 37-yard line. Interesting to see what Case will do here.
You got to think, with Case's defense playing well in that first play, you think if they don't get any yards here that they will go for it.
I would imagine in this situation they would go for it. With officials, it looks like a timeout going to be called on the field. A 30-second called by Case, so we're going to stick
right here.
Case.
Jared, I agree with what you said. The first drive for Cohasset didn't really go anywhere. Case defense proved to be effective, and as I would agree with you, if Case, which I would hope they get this year, but if they don't, I would, unless it's a 5-yard loss or a snap over the head or something, they would go for it here in this situation, but I'm not the coach, so I'm not the one who's going to make the decisions. Let's see what Case does here. 3rd and 2, motioning, crazy motion. Kohler going to the right. Couple backs moving up. Remember, they have to be set. And there's going to be a keeper right up the middle. Prue's going to take it, and I don't think he got it from my angle.
No, it didn't look close.
I don't think he got it. He got
close.
a couple of yards, but he might have gotten 1. It looked like he was short to me. Forward progress will stop the runner or wherever the officials say that they started going the other direction.
Keeper by Prue.
Well, it looks like we're going to get a 4th and 1 here.
It's going to be, it looks like a gain of 1. So
Holy.
now, Jared, per what we said, let's see what they do here.
Wow,
and they
gave him a
actually
first
did
down.
give it to him.
No measurement.
And no measurement.
Cardinal first down.
Well, Color be surprised on that one. I didn't think he got it from my angle. And then the officials are moving the chain, so
1st and 10 Cardinals from their own 38-yard
this is why
line.
I'm not a line judge from up here. I'm just an announcer. So it's going to be now a 1st and 10 for Case from the 38-yard line. So wherever Prue's forward progress, they must have marked him, and no measurement either. So official right there must have had a great angle at the ball.
Case going with the
Right on the
wide
field.
out.
Prue rolling
Oh,
to his
look at
right,
that.
looking to pass again. Prue going to take off with it now, dodging a couple tackles. Wow, Prue putting on some dance moves there before he's wrestled down by 3 Cohasset defenders. That was spearheaded by number 32, Jake Sullivan, on the play for the Skippers. Prue did an excellent job dodging a couple of men, but there were just too many right there. So, Jared, I will say out of the blocks, Case is looking to pass the ball. They just haven't had anybody open
Prue,
yet,
the
so.
keeper.
Yeah, I absolutely
First
love the
gain of about 1 yard
aggressiveness
on
from
play. It'll be
Case.
2nd and 9.
Not a bad idea.
From the
A
Cardinal
lot of teams
39-yard
out
line.
here, they're not ready for the pass game. They expect to run first.
At this level of high school football, it's very run heavy. I mean, we're not in the middle of Texas out here. We have huge 6'5" quarterbacks that are bombing the ball down the field. Prue going to hand it off now inside to Tipita. That did not go anywhere at all. He is wrapped up near the 40-yard line, pretty much right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great defensive play by Sam Sullivan of Cohasset. He got him right there.
Sam Sullivan and Cal Austin in there on the tackle for the Skippers.
Gain
And
of 1 on the play.
gain of 1. I was surprised to get that many, if that, maybe a couple inches. It's going to officially be 3rd and 8
3rd and 8.
for a Case from their own
From their own
40-yard
40-yard
line.
line.
All right, 3rd down and long. I love to see what Case pulls out here.
Let's see, I would imagine a pass here, but we've seen teams get a little sneaky and run a draw play, and when the defense isn't expecting it, that's when you spring. More motion going on. We get Tibitot left, Kohler left, and Costa going to the right. Prue is going to look to pass, and now he's going to take off and run, and he's sacked on the play by the Skippers. That was number 83, Jonathan Tullio, a freshman defensive end for the Skippers. Great play by the freshman Tullio, and he brings Prue down for a sack on the play. I would imagine in this situation that Case would punt the football. But 4th and 12. This isn't 4th and 1 anymore.
No, unfortunately.
And they are indeed going to
4th down
punt.
and 12.
There's going to be Ty Kudo back to do the punting for Case. Good defensive stop there by the Skippers to force this Case punt. Kudo, good snap. The punt is going to be up. It's a low line drive punt. I don't know if Cohasset is going to field the ball at about the 35
He's got space.
yard line. Space out in front of the Skippers. That's number 22.
Big
That's
time
Froyo,
return.
and he's finally pushed out of bounds. Penalty flag on the field. Let's see what this is about. The Cohasset coach is going absolutely ballistic
fired up.
on the other sideline. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
We're about to find out. Looks like a dumb
Let's
penalty.
see what the penalty is on. By the way that coach was acting, I would imagine the penalty might be on Cohasset. But let's see what this is. That was a great return by Froyo
Oh,
on that
absolutely.
play.
It'd be a shame it has to come off.
And by the way Cohasset is moving, it looks like the penalty is going to be on the Skippers, and it's going to be a block in the back. I did see that from up here.
Calls a
That might have been
block
what
in
the
the
coach
back
was
on
giving.
the return
Boy,
by the Skippers.
that coach was fired up on the other sideline.
Absolutely. And I don't blame him.
Penalty
You got to clean
enforced
that
at
stuff
around-
up.
I don't know if you can see that from the
48-yard line.
camera angles we have, which, by the way, I might add, we have another 2-camera approach going in this game, which is a new thing for Case High School football this year, courtesy of the cable access coordinator, Adam Kitchen.
And after the penalty, the Skippers will take over on their own.
And it's a
42-yard
10-yard
line.
penalty
1st
from
and
the
10.
spot of the foul. Since that happened in the middle of the field, Skippers are going to go back about 10 yards to about their own 47-yard line, which is really a shame for Cohasset, because that was a great that was a great return and kind of got negated. It's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Skippers, as I said, from about their own 47, 48-yard line.
Line them back up in the I formation, a little bit of motion there.
And then we have motion to hand off up the middle. That's a good run by the Skippers. That was Froyo, number 22. I've been saying his name a lot. Punt returner and running back extraordinaire. Great run on that play on 1st down. It gave him about, I would say, 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 50-yard line.
That's what you want out of your running backs.
Quick out of the backfield and wrapped up around the middle.
Gain of 7.
Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It is still scoreless, 0-0. Oh, you can see on your screen. So Lund is the quarterback, number 7 for the Skippers, and that's going to be a false start. Number 67, Sam Franklin jumped
Second time
for
tonight.
Cohasset,
Initial indication.
and off the field he comes, the walk of shame,
That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
and he knows it.
Yikes, Cohasset keeps
Hopefully
shooting
that's
themselves
second.
in the foot.
And
That's, I think, that's going to be the 4th penalty, I think, so far this quarter on Cohasset. Case does not have any penalties on them. I think it's 3 or 4. I believe it's 4 penalties so far on the Skippers. And mind, so many opportunities. So we go from 2nd and 3 to 2nd and 8. And mind you, there's a major difference between those. On 2nd and short, almost everything in the playbook is an option.
Oh, he's
And it's going to be a pass. Lund rolling to his right, looking to throw. He is going to throw. He has a man open, and I don't know if he stayed in
was out of
bounds.
He looked out of bounds.
And the pass is incomplete. Number 24, Will Thomas caught that, but he was out of bounds. You have to get 1 foot. The pros is 2. At high school football, it's 1 foot in bounds. And he did not get both the feet in bounds.
It looks like the Skipper's coach over there was not happy with that call. He was trying to mark the field off on the ref where he thinks the foot landed. But it looked to me like he was out of bounds.
Yeah, it
there.
looked to me from this angle, too. He's out of bounds. I can see the Cohasset coaches over there right now checking out the spot.
They did not agree.
So obviously they were very unhappy about that. Now it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Cohasset. That was a good pass, too. Lund rolling to his leg to pass again. The ball's on the ground. Is that a fumble or an incomplete? I think they're calling an incomplete pass. His hand was going forward. I think he got hit.
Oakland Raiders fans are going to be upset about that one. Looks like the tuck rule on that.
Tuck rule, I don't know. I couldn't see it from this angle, but they are going to rule that as an incomplete pass.
I expect another punt out of them.
And I would say a punt here on 4th and 8 from their own, from about the 50-yard line, is about their own 45-yard line. I'm not sure where that pass was going to. That was one on someone looked like a line must have hit his arm and it went straight down. Luckily for the Skippers too, and a penalty on the field, because if that was a fumble, Case would have picked it up and run with it. And another penalty called on Cohasset here. That's about the 5th one of this quarter. And that's going to bump Cohasset back another 5 yards. It's like a false start penalty.
Self-destructing. They weren't even lined up yet, and they were jumping off. Unbelievable.
The coach of the Cohasset, by the way,
I bring up 4th and 13 for their own 40-yard line.
Alfonasu. I'm trying to say how you pronounce his last name.
Cohasset,
probably having an aneurysm on the other sideline. Right about now, all these penalties. Low snap, the decent punt. Their punter, and Costa's not going to bother returning this.
Oh, tough hop there.
Will Thomas is the punter for Cohasset, and he has quite a leg to it. That was 2 booming punts he's gotten off so far this game.
Number 50, Kyle McFedrick was on the ball for the
fairly deep in their own territory. And as I'm saying, this Case will now take over for their...
Cardinals will take over at their own 27-yard line, be 1st and 10.
Case will take over for their second possession of the game, 1st and 10 from about the 27-yard line.
Let's see what the number 8 can do here.
And Prue's going to hand off inside to Kuda. That did not go anywhere.
I got to say, it looks like Case's run game up the middle hasn't been working so far.
Case's running game has just not really yielded much of anything. They might have to start passing or try something else, because Cohasset is right all over them. So try going to the outside.
Bring up 2nd and 10.
The Cohasset defensive linemen are right on everything. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 as we tick down to about a minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter. from Cardinal Stadium. A very fast-paced game, I might add.
Yeah, folks, looks like you have to settle in. We're going to get ourselves a nice defensive battle going on here.
All right, we've seen games like this happen in the first quarter, though ended up being 35 to 32, so you never know. Hand off to Kudo, bouncing. No, actually, Prew's going to keep that himself. A fake the handoff, an option play, and Prew's going to be tackled right past the first down marker. Once again, didn't really go anywhere. Gained about 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 8 now for Case, coming up from about the 30-yard line.
We're gaining 2 on the play. Bring up 3rd.
Make that the 29-yard line. Barring an incomplete pass. This might be the final play of the first quarter as we have about 45 seconds to go. A cop coming off the field, like a timeout, I stand corrected, is going to be called. And a
20-second timeout.
20-second timeout called by Case. Jared, I think you said it right. Looks like we might be in for a defensive showdown on this one. Cohasset had 2 possessions, 2 punts. Case had 1 possession to punt, and they're starting another punt. Right in the face right here, unless they get a good play here on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, big 3rd down coming up here. Can Case get a first down here and start getting this drive going?
Case on their first possession, did get a first down and then ended up moving backwards because of a sack on Prew from Cohasset. Let's see what they do here. They're going to motion number 10. That's Clayton Dyer, a wide receiver out to the right. He's going to go out more, directed by Tibitot. Prew's going to be under center. He has 2 backs behind him. Prew going to roll to his right, looking to pass. Prew's going to dodge a couple of men, and Prew's going to be sacked again by Cohasset. Number 73, that's Sam Legel for the Skippers, and another sack for Cohasset on 3rd down.
Yeah, the Skippers' defense looks really good. They got a lot of penetration there and bringing the quarterback down.
That was a humongous loss. I would say that's going to be about 4th and 20.
Prew, the one guy sacked on the play.
And Jared, I'm not a football coach, but I don't think there's a whole lot in the book. It's not a punt for 4th and 20.
Sam Sullivan.
And that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter here
That'll
from
be the
Cardinal
last
Stadium.
play of the first quarter.
The score is 0-0, Case versus Cohasset. We are going to take a break and be back to bring you second quarter action. Welcome back to the start of the second quarter from Cardinal Stadium. 4th and 20. Welcome to the second quarter, everyone. For Case, as they line up the punt. Huda's got the punt, and it's going to be a low, squibbly punt. Cohasset's going to field that at about the 35, at the 50-yard line. That's a great return coming out for Cohasset. The Skippers, what a great return. Number 22, that's Froyo.
They're set up with
a great,
field
excellent field position here for Cohasset. Let's see if they can finally put this scoreless tie to bed.
The return.
Jared and I were talking with a couple of people up here in the booth, and we predict that so far the total net yardage for both teams in this game is negative.
Cohasset will take over
Just
at the Case Cardinals 16-yard
lots of
line.
defense for each side, but Cohasset in prime position to finally crack the scoreboard here for either side as they have a 1st and 10.
Yeah, we've had some warm weather. We've been blessed these last couple of days, so
it is
one of the first cold nights
out
there.
It is very cold out tonight. I'm bundled up in a winter coat up here in the booth. Cohasset's going to do a handoff the middle to Froyo, and he's just going to hold onto the ball and be tackled out near the 10-yard line. If I had to give an award in a scoreless game for the team that played better in the first quarter, I would probably give that to Cohasset, which the only thing with them is they shot themselves with 5 penalties, which kind of set them back considerably more. Cases 1 first down, I believe, was picked up by the way of a penalty.
Coming up 2nd and 6.
So Cohasset's defense has certainly held staunch. Let's see what Case can do here. It's 2nd and 6 for the Skippers from the 12-yard line as Lund lines up in an I formation. 1 wide receiver to his left, the 1 to his right. Lund, another handoff to Froyo. Froyo going to bounce inside. Froyo has some open space in front of him. And Froyo into the end zone for a touchdown.
Number 22
for Cohasset, Noah Froyo.
12-yard
touchdown run. And just like that, the Skippers are on the board at 6-0 in favor of Cohasset.
That was great downfield running by Froyo.
Excellent job, Jared, as you were saying, by Froyo. And Cohasset just punched it in, I believe 2 plays later, and defense holds tough, and then they get a punt, and then they rang it in. And interesting, Cohasset's going to line up for the extra point. I think I've only seen 1 team all year lined up for an extra point, and it was Diamond, and they ran a fake on the extra point.
Yeah, so not too often you see this.
Number 10, Cliff Ward, is on the roster as a kicker. So Cohasset is going to line up for the extra point. Let's see what happens here. Number 12, Danny Nolan on the hold. And it's going to be a good snap. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. An excellent kick by Cliff Ward. That'll make the score 7-0 Cohasset.
PAT.
10 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Clifford Ward. PAT is good.
Well, Jared, we were just talking about a defensive showdown, and
play in the second quarter.
not even a minute later, Cohasset has the lead, 7-0.
Yeah, well, excellent return on the punt. That set them up for great field position. They were able to punch it in 2 plays later. So now we're sitting here with a 7-0 lead. But let's see what the Cardinals can do here.
Noah Froyo is doing it all for Cohasset. He's the running back and the punt returner that went out. Got all the yardage so far. He's a great player for what I've seen. Defense holding Case tough so far. I only remember Case getting 1 first down, and that, like I said, that was by way of a penalty. 2 huge third down sacks.
Case has to
by
do a
the
little bit
Skippers.
better of a job up front. Set the protection really well there. Again, establish the run that way.
And we talked about this before, but Case's running game at the middle has just done nothing.
No,
They've
nothing there.
gotten a little bit to the outside, but just the smash mouth football, as it's the cliche term is just not really done anything so far for Case. Let's see if something changes, or maybe a long game for the Case offense against this Cohasset defense. And it's going to be a great kick. Wow, Cliff Ward, quite a kicker for Cohasset. Returned by Costa.
He's got
about to
space.
take up the middle. He got a little bit of space and wrapped up finally in the middle by several Cohasset defenders just past the 3rd-yard line. Now Case will take over for their 3rd possession of the game. 7-0 Skippers right now.
Cardinals take over at their own 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals.
Let's see what the Murray Peru can do here. Can he lead his team down the field? Punch one in here.
Let's see.
Case needs an answer.
Peru is a dual threat. He can throw very, very well, and he's fast. Let's see what Case can come up with on this drive. Peru is going to hand off up the middle to Kudo, a big rumbling fullback, wrestled by pretty much half the Cohasset defense.
Yeah, he was met
on
early
that
there.
play. Yeah, right. Cohasset, and the Cohasset player came up with the ball on that play. Well, they might rule him down by contact, but the number 2 for Cohasset, that was Brendan Cooper, or I would assume it's Brendan Cooper because there's 2 number 2s on their roster.
Kudo on the carry for a gain of 4.
And it looks like he ruled him down, but he didn't come up.
Cohasset players.
Cohasset player came up with the ball, but he was ruled down. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for Case on the 36-yard line.
Oh, going with a single back this time.
Single back formation, motioning a man behind. That's Thibodeau. Peru looking to pass.
Oh, he's
met by
pressured.
several. Screenplay at the middle of Costa. That went nowhere. A screenplay to Costa, tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Case finally completed a pass, but didn't really get much of anything on there. And as a result, is going to be
Pass from Peru to Costa. That's complete.
a loss of a yard on the play. So 3rd and about 7 for Case from about the 35-yard line.
See, I like the play call there. Screen pass, something new,
Right,
mixing it up
you
there.
gotta get something going here.
Yeah.
And the screen plays they're quick, they're easy to run, but sometimes you can break them. Obviously, that did not happen on that play,
Yeah.
but it was worth the try. 3rd and 7 for Case from the 35. Peru rolling to his right, looking to pass again. Met by another Cohasset defender. The ball is up, and he had Thibodeau, but just overthrew, and the pass is incomplete. Well defended by Tucker Fulton
Pass from
on the
Peru
play by
to
Cohasset.
It's incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down.
4th down for Case.
Looks like they're bringing the punt back on
And the
the
punt
field.
unit, I'm not surprised, is coming back on the field. So another,
45 Kudo.
I'm not going to
Set the
say
punt.
disappointing, but another 3 and out for Case. The Cohasset
Number
defense
42
is certainly
Will
holding
Deep pass.
holding firm in this game. Kudo gets ready to do the punting again. It's a good snap, a good punt.
punt.
Kudo, it's going to return by Froyo. Watch him. Well, Froyo is fast if he gets around the side, and he's going to get a penalty on the play. I saw a block in the back. Let's see if that's going to be
Wow.
called.
Yeah,
Finally
they're gonna call
pushed
that
out
one.
of bounds by Kohler. I heard a
Return
fan
play by Noah
scream
Froyo.
block in
There's
the
a flag
back.
on the play.
There's that one on too.
Looks like
And-
the skipper is shooting themselves in the foot once again. They're
And
going to be bringing that big gain back.
I saw that from up here. Everyone up here in the press box saw that was a block in the back out near about the 50-yard line on Cohasset. Officials are pointing both ways. Let's see what the official penalty is going to be.
Yeah, it looks like
Cohasset
it's
coach is going ballistic again on the other sideline.
See, that's just not needed. That wasn't even close to the play, and he still blocked him in the back.
Right, it was. So Cohasset, as I said before, is winning 7-0. It could be worse. I would say it could be worse in that game.
By the Skippers.
So it is going to be officially a block in the back penalty on Cohasset.
The 10-yard penalty. It'll back the Skippers up to their own 43-yard line, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
All right, let's see what Case's defense can do here.
And the last time Cohasset had the ball, they did score on a touchdown run, but they did have a very short field of approximately 16 yards to work a little bit further here. Lund, the quarterback, under center once again. I formation. And why not? Give it to Froyo again, and there he goes.
Nice.
Nathan Froyo, Noah Froyo breaking a big one, matching the left. Core is finally going to wrap him up near the 30-yard line. Noah Froyo is having himself quite a game out there for the Skippers.
Great blocking up front by the Skippers.
An excellent job by the offensive line to form the holes. And Froyo, if it goes, this reminds me, anyone up here?
Noah Froyo on the carry for a gain of 27 yards on the play.
I forgot his name. Someone will
That's
probably
good for a 1st down. at
remind
the
me
Case
of this.
31-yard line.
Case had a home game about a month ago against Wareham, and there was a running back on Wareham. It was very. They ended up with about 230 rushing yards. Let's see if Case can hold Froyo in check here, but Noah Froyo is having himself a game for Cohasset. And why not? Give it to Froyo. He's met right up the middle immediately
Nice play by
Case defenders. Number 81, Brian Martin. And I didn't see the other one. Number 75, Logan LeBlanc. Both
He's
of them
my
on the
X
tackle for that
factor.
one.
My X factor today,
Carrying the play
75,
by
met him up front.
Froyo, tackled by number 81, Ryan Martin, number 75, Logan LeBlanc. Gain of 1.
Logan LeBlanc,
play,
a senior, like I said out
2nd
there.
and 9.
Case needs to have more plays like that.
Right, 1 yard gain, but not much, and that's a fake. It's going to be an option. Lund's going to keep it himself, rolling up the middle, finally tackled by a host of Case defenders. I'm not sure if that was an option or just a fake, but Lund ended up keeping it himself and got a great gain on the play.
Moving the chains.
And Cohasset's going to move the chains again. They are knocking on the door of going up potentially 14-0 in this game.
I gotta
Matthew
say,
Lund on the carry.
if Case ends up stopping him here
He's
for no more
tackled
yards,
at the
I did notice that the
Case
kicker had a
Cardinal
pretty decent
12-yard
leg, so
line.
I want to say they're in range here for him.
17-yard line.
I would say, though, what I've seen on the kickoff, Mike Nolan, the Cohasset kicker, is probably, and I'm not just saying that, is probably one of the better kickers I have seen here from just the poise he had for the extra point. First and 10 for Cohasset. Handoff up the middle. That was number 2. I would assume that's Gray Thomas because he's listed as a running back on the roster. But like I said, the Cohasset roster, if you could see this, has 2 number 2s. So I'm not sure.
Thomas on the carry for the Skippers, tackled by number 57, John Garrell.
John Garrell on the tackle for Case. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Skippers. About 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go from about the 17-yard line. Cohasset, the first couple of drives came out passing the ball, but Jared lately, all they're doing is running, and why not? If it's working, why bother stopping it?
Oh, absolutely. You want to establish the run as much as you can. When you try to do that play action, you're going to get Cakes to bite. Let's see what they
one
do
man
here.
behind, and it's going to be a, now as I see that's an pass
Nobody
play, and into the end zone
Yikes.
goes number 24 for Cohasset. That's Will Thomas. As soon as I say they're running, and you said it yourself, setting up the pass, the play action, and right in goes Will Thomas.
Pass from Matt
5 minutes
Lund.
and 22
Complete
seconds.
To number 24, Will Thomas.
Sometimes they make it just look
For
easy. That was a
Cohasset,
great
touchdown.
little pitch and catch there.
Looked like a busted coverage on there. 24 was all by himself.
Yeah, there was no coverage whatsoever on Will Thomas. I kind of looked like the Patriots defense
Yeah,
the
at least
first
to
couple
start
of
the
weeks.
year,
Broken
yeah.
coverage. I'm not really sure what happened there, but wide open was Thomas, and they made it 13-0, 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is another good kick by Cohasset. And Cliff Lord has made the game 14-0
Cliff
Skipper.
Lord with a PAT
5 minutes and
kick.
22 seconds
That's
to
good.
go. But
gotta
Jared,
say.
Case has to figure something
With
out
5
fast,
minutes
or
and
else
22
They do.
seconds
we might be
left
knocking on the
in
doorstep of
second quarter.
a blowout in this
Cohasset
game.
Skippers 14,
Yeah, we'll see what Case can do on this drive and
Cardinals
see if they can answer. They got to look into their seniors for leadership here.
The Case, it's just, by the way, this is senior night. So if any, there was ever a game for the seniors to come out and really pull the team, this would be it. But Case's first 3 possessions did not really spark much confidence. Let's see if they can turn it around here. You never know in high school football, because it's all of a sudden you can hand it to Costa and you can break it. The crowd goes crazy and everyone gets back into it. So Case, Jared, I would say Case needs a big play right now. Even if they don't score a touchdown, just a big busted open play, because this crowd, I mean, you can't really hear it, but it's deathly quiet right now in front of me.
You got to at least flip the field. Case has had a lot of stalls on their drives, and they keep giving Cohasset really good field position. You can't be having that.
There's not a lot that's going on. There's only an onside kick by Cohasset, and Case is going to quickly get that. Ooh.
Great heads-up play
Number
there.
33, Dylan Barabee grabbed that ball for Case and immediately came down. Cohasset got sneaky on that. That could have been a real dagger. And as a result of the failed onside kick, I mean, onside kicks are, when they don't expect them, are fun when they work, but when you don't expect them, you get the other team gets great field position. First and 10 Case on their own 45-yard line. So excellent field position here for the Cardinals. Let's see what they can do.
That would be nice.
4th possession of the game, the first 3 possessions all resulted in a punt for Case. I would say that if they really want to stay in this game, they need to get some sort of score on this play. Peru going to roll to his right now. He's going to throw back. He's got open. He's got Timitot with his space in front of him. There goes Timitot down the sideline. Finally shoved out of bounds by number 32, Jake Sullivan for Cohasset. That was by far the biggest play of the game so far for Case. And Jared, just what I said, they needed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just what the doctor ordered there. A nice little swing pass. They faked it going to the right. Looked over, saw Timitot over there on the left. And then just a little halfback wheel. Big gain there. Case needed it.
For a gain of 20 yards.
A little catch and run going on for Case out there on that play. Now it's going to be a 1st and 10, obviously, from about the 36-yard line. Peru going to hand it off inside to Kudo.
He's got
Kudo
space
going to bounce
again.
back
Look
to
at
the
that.
left, and he's met by pretty much the entire Cohasset defense
Pretty good run
on
there on
that
first
tackle,
down.
but a good run by Kudo out near the first down marker.
A little bit of Le'Veon Bell there. I saw the patience in the hole. Loved it.
Number 77 for Case. Riley Dos Anjos led the blocking on that. And it's going to be about a gain of 7 yards, a second and 3 for Case.
I was going to mention earlier, Case might have need to expand their playbook, you know, try a few more new plays. And just what they did. I love it.
The pass play, that swing pass over to Timitot kind of set up that run there by Kudo. About 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 14-0 Cohasset. Peru going to light up with 2 backs to his right, and Peru's going to toss out to Timitot. Timitot looking for the outside, and he's not going to get it. Nice play by Cohasset. I could not see number 15, looks like, on the tackle. That was Kyle McFedridge on the tackle there for the Skippers. Great read, the senior defensive back.
Yeah, it looks like we got a short 3rd down
Number
coming
24,
up.
Timitot on the carry.
Gain of
about 1
yard gain, I would say.
Play by number 15, Kyle McFedridge.
3rd and 2 coming up for Case.
That
This is
brings
a
up
critical
3rd and
play.
2 for the Cardinals at the
I would imagine here, Jared, if they don't
28-yard
get it, they go for it on 4th down. I don't see a punt unless it's a humongous sack for a loss again.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory. You don't make it, you know, you set them up with not the best field position.
Let's see if he tries to sneak it again, and he is going to sneak it again. I did forget that he did sneak one for a first down earlier, and I think he got that one. It looked to him up here that he got it with the
great
forward
second effort there
progress
by Peru.
I did mention before that Case's only first down came by way of a penalty, but I did forget that Peru had a sneak before, and he did not get it. So this is why I'm not a referee, because when I think he doesn't get it, he gets it, and when I think he gets it, he's short.
It looks like we're going to have a measurement.
Okay, by Peru on the
Let's
play.
see if they're going to measure. If he did not get it, it is by fractions of inches, because that ball looked very close to that marker from my angle, and they are going to measure. Let's see what they do here. I mean, it looked to me like he got it. but I'm not going to be on the field. And that's very close. And
That's a first down.
and
for
he got
Case.
it. He did get it. All right. It was a little closer than I thought it was going to be, but Peru
Yeah,
did
like I
pick up the
mentioned.
first down on that play.
What I was mentioning before, Peru was stopped at first, but the second effort got him there, got the first down. That's the type of leadership you need.
That's
Carrying the play, good enough
senior
for the first down
quarterback
for
right there
Cardinals.
for you. The second
Bring up
effort is
first
what
and
gets
10
Case
from
that
their
first down.
26-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for Case coming up now from the Cohasset 26-yard line. Plenty of time as they have a couple ticks over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Peru, we're going to do a screen play out to Costa, and he's met by 2 Cohasset defenders, wrapped up by number 20, Patrick Haggerty on that play. Trying to get a screenplay going, but Cohasset with another great defensive stop, and Haggerty brought him down immediately. And that will be actually a loss of about 3 yards on that play. It'll be
Pass
2nd and
complete
13.
Peru
Yeah, that was
to
tough.
number 2, Chris Costa.
He's had him
Loss
set up
on the
out
play
there
of
in
3
man
yards will
coverage.
Bring up 2nd and 13.
They were playing up close. The screen pass.
Screen passes and
Stop
man
there.
covers don't usually work out too well, and that was an example of that right there. 2nd and 13, like I said, for Case from the 29-yard line. Peru going to hand it off to Tibitot, bounding to the left. He's going to get a lot of that yardage back. And tackled by a couple of Cohasset defenders. Number 32, Jake Sullivan. Number 22, Noah Froya went on the tackle there for the Skippers. And that'll be a gain of about, I would say, good 7 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Cohasset.
Tibitot on
Coming
your
up from
carry,
about the 21-yard
gain of 8
line.
yards. And it's 3rd and about 5 from the Cardinal 21-yard line. From the Cohasset 21-yard line.
So, yeah, 3rd and 5 from the Cohasset 21-yard line. Now, I said before that Case had plenty of time. Well, I might stand corrected. We're about 1 minute 40 seconds to go. So Case might need to get a move on here.
Yeah, they're chewing up a lot of clock here.
A lot of clock, a lot of time, but it's... Peru going to hand off inside a core. Sneaky, the wide receiver, but
Little
luckily, Cohasset was on that, and that is going to be nowhere near the first down marker. Kohler may get a yard on that, but that's not going to be the 5 yards that he needed, and he is going to be short. 4th and 4 for Case from the 20-yard
Foul on the
line.
carry.
Make that maybe 4th and 3. Maybe
Gain
get
of 1 yard.
get about a
Bring
yard.
up
So
4th down.
4th and 4 is when it's officially called from the 21-yard line.
Yeah,
so we got a
Obviously,
big
Case
fourth
will be
down here.
going for it here.
Absolutely.
With a minute to go. Like, Case does need to hurry here. We have under a minute now as the clock has ticked to 57 seconds.
No sense of urgency here.
Let's see what Case does here. 4th and 4. I thought they were going to call a timeout, but nope. Peru's going to roll to his right. He's looking to pass now.
He's got
Peru
protection.
rolling to his left. He's going to scramble. He's looking for the first down marker. I think he may have got it. He's going to be very close to that. He may have gotten out of bounds. Let's see where they officially mark him. And I'm not sure if he got that.
No,
From my
it looks
angle, he looks short, and the Cohasset offense is coming in the field. I think Peru is short.
Yeah, no
And
question
he didn't
about
get
it.
it. Nope. It's a turnover on downs for Case. So a
Carrying
promising
the play
drive
by
ends in
number 8,
disappointment.
For 3 yards. It'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cohasset.
Peru, I kind of figured Case would try to run a pass on that play, but unfortunately there was nothing there for Peru. He did pick up, I will give him credit, he did pick up some yardage in that, but not enough.
Yeah, it was a tough play. A lot of people covered on there. He had nowhere to go with the football. He tried to pick it up with his feet, but
So Cohasset will take
Skippers are there.
over with 41 seconds to go. I'd be very surprised if they do anything other than hand the ball off to Froyo.
No,
And that's
14
exactly what they
nothing
do. And Froyo's going to get a good run going. There goes Noah Froyo. And he's going to be tackled out near the 40-yard line. A huge run on first down for Cohasset. And as I predicted, they're going to call a timeout with 32.9 seconds to go. After a disappointing first couple of drives for the Skippers, they have been in kind of control these last two drives over a Case. Noah Froyo, I'm not sure what his, I don't know if anyone is keeping track of his yardage, but he's got to be close to 100 yards here in just his first half.
Yards on that play.
About a 20-yard run
Number 9,
for
Kyle
Froyo.
Kohler.
32.9 seconds to go from the 40-yard line. And Jared, I wouldn't count Cohasset out of the score again before the half.
no, like we mentioned before, we got a big leg over there with Cliff Ward. Maybe they get in field goal range. They might try one.
Get in field goal range and try to kick and make it 17-0. But anything's possible for the way they're running the football so far. Case defense needs to get something figured out, because I would imagine this is not how anyone in this stadium expected senior night to be going. There's a non-conference team, Cohasset.
Now this Case
If you're
crowd is
unfamiliar
shy.
with Cohasset, it's like south. I believe it's southeast of Boston, up near Hingham and the whole area. Yeah, the North Shore. He does not really play Cohasset ever.
Ooh, we got a pass
Lund
here.
looking to pass, and he's going to air it out. He's
got
going
a
to man, and it's
Oh, dropped it. Disappointing.
He had Noah Froyo, whatever. It'll just a tick overthrow. Noah could not bring that in, but man, what a pass that was by Lund in the pocket. Stood right back in there.
Matt Lund intended for number 22.
Like we mentioned before, great protection up front by the skippers.
No,
Gave him
Froyo.
time. He found his receiver,
Pass is
just couldn't
incomplete,
pull it
bring
in.
up 2nd and 10.
Now, if you're wondering if Cohasset was going to come out and pass, the answer is yes. They're going to come out and pass, especially after a 20-yard run. They have an arsenal of timeouts remaining. I believe they have 4.
5 number 9s on that one.
Lund again. It's going to be keeper rolling back inside. There goes
Yikes.
Lund, big gain in front of him. Lund's going to dodge a tackle and run into the back of his own man, which trips him up. He could have gotten much more yardage. He ran to number 14, David Burke, on that play.
17 seconds to go.
Kind of a slightly more,
Should I say number 14, David Burke tackle?
I was going to say, it was a slightly more graceful version of the infamous Mark Sanchez butt fumble from the Jets, except there was no fumble, and he actually gained a lot of yardage on that play. But, boy, I don't know what would have happened if Lund had not run into the back of his own man there.
Yeah.
17.7 seconds to go. I mean, we'll never know that. High school
Gain on the
football, if
play.
your knee hits the ground, you're down. It doesn't matter if
Timeout,
nobody touches
Cohasset.
you.
Case needs a big stop here.
Cohasset
They want to
taking
stay in
over
this
first
game. They got to
down
get a
and
big stop.
10
A timeout on the play, but
From the Cardinal 37
Cohasset only had
yard
41 seconds, and they've gone, let's see, about 43 yards or so, and cut 3 huge plays, boom, and an incomplete pass in there, I stand corrected. Huge run, incomplete pass, and another pretty good run there for Cohasset. I mean, if Jared, I said before, if they get into field goal range, there's not really telling. Cliff Ward, the kicker, has quite a leg to him. He could put that through the uprights, and all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what way you look at it, 17-0 is a 3-score game. And 14-0 is 2 touchdowns, but 17-0, there's you have to get 3 scores. But let's see if Case can hold Cohasset here. It's going to be another
same
option
play.
keeper. There goes Lund again, and he's got a man to beat, and he's finally going to be wrapped up just past the 20-yard line by Prue on that play. There's a touchdown-saving tackle, and Cohasset's going to call another timeout here with 10 seconds remaining.
I think they got time for one more play and try to call a timeout, see what they can do here.
I would say with 10 seconds to go, officially 9.9 seconds
Carrying
according to
play by
the
number
clock.
7, Matt
I
Lund.
stand corrected, but
Gain 19 on the
I expect
play.
to see a shot at the end zone here.
I would imagine that Cohasset will try to
It'll be
pass
first
the
and
ball in
10
the end zone if
from
they
the
get.
Cardinal
If it's
18-yard
incomplete,
line.
they're going to bring Burke out to try a field goal. But I will give Cohasset credit. They could have just kneeled on that ball with the 20-yard line gone to halftime, but they came out fighting. And look at this. All of a sudden, they're 18 yards away from potentially making this 21-0 at the half.
You got 220 seconds timeouts left too. Cohasset now.
Cohasset, I was just informed, has 2 20-second timeouts, so they could run the ball here if they wanted and see what they can get and immediately call a timeout. They go for the end zone. I mean, 10 seconds is plenty of time to call at least 2 plays in football, especially if they're quick plays. But this first half has been all Cohasset. Case offense really hasn't done anything.
Keep your eye on 81 here. Big 6'2" wide receiver. See what they do with him. If they take
Number
a shot at the
81
end
for Cohasset, that's Chris Campadelli. And it is going to be a pass. Lund going back. He's
Look at
going to
his
throw
way.
it, and he's going to complete the pass over the middle to number 22. That's Froy, a little slant pattern. And they'll get a little bit closer, 4.3 seconds, and he's pushed out of bounds. And it does appear that the field goal unit is coming on the field. So Cohasset did not punch that in the end zone. But Jared, as we said, and I will say, and I am not making this up, in the history of me watching Case High School football, this might be history. This is the first field goal attempt
at the Cardinal 6-yard
that
line.
I remember ever being kicked here.
Oh no, there's been many.
I personally don't remember. But let's see what Ward does here. He's going to line up from the far hash mark, so he's got to kick this to the left. 4.3 seconds. Field goal unit on the field for Cohasset. Good snap. The ball is down. The kick is up, but he drilled it right down the pipe. And at halftime, that'll make the score the Cohasset Skippers 17 and your Case High School Cardinals 0.
With the field goal.
We are going to take a break for halftime, and we will be back to bring you action from the third quarter.
17, Case Cardinals nothing.
Welcome back to the start of the second half from Cardinal Stadium. The score is 17-0 in favor of the Cohasset Skippers over the Case High School Cardinals. This is Tyler Clark, Swansea Cable Action Channel 9, and alongside me is Jared Neville. And Jared, that was not a great half for Case, to put it mildly.
No, they didn't look good on offense. They didn't look good on defense, but new half, new life. Let's see what they can do here on the kickoff.
The first two Cohasset drives, as I said, didn't result in the punt, but that was mostly due to shooting themselves in the foot with multiple penalties, unless about the Case defense. And Kyle Kohler is swarmed by about half of the kicking team for Cohasset on that play, out near about the 25-yard line. So, Jared, I'm going to go as far as say if Case does not score on this drive, I would say the game is essentially over at this point.
Trailing by to the 25-yard line.
It's 17-0.
Cardinals to take over.
The Skippers have scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal in the last 3 drives, and the field goal was really only because they ran out of time in the half.
Yeah.
If Case can't get anything going here, I really don't know how they can climb back into this one if they don't score a touchdown.
They need a quick hitter. They got to open that playbook, expand the plays, see what they can do here.
A quick hit, a huge run, just to get some momentum going in this game, because they really have not. The last drive was promising, and ended with a turnover on downs because Prue's run didn't go anywhere. And as soon as I say that, Kudo gets the first down run, and he doesn't really go anywhere. What about a tussling going on out there?
There it is.
Penalty flag on the field. That might be another senseless penalty. And again, the Cohasset coach, I see he took his headset off, probably wondering what happened on that. That looked like a late hit there.
It did.
Unsportsmanlike, not unsportsmanlike conduct.
Personal
Unnecessary
foul.
roughness,
Yeah.
a personal foul.
On the carry.
It looked like the official was blowing the whistle, and the Cohasset defender kind of slammed. And it's going to be offsetting penalties
Wow.
on Case and
Offsetting.
Cohasset. So it looks like a Case player must have said something out there as well, which
Unsportsmanlike.
made the penalties offset. If you're unfamiliar, if there's offsetting penalties, it's like either one of them ever happened. So as a result, it's going to be a gain of 0. 2nd and 10 now for Case, coming up from their own 25-yard line. There was definitely a late hit from a Cohasset on that play that kind of threw, but I'm not sure if someone in Case got up and shoved one of the Cohasset
Yeah, a
players.
little unsure what Case did there. Maybe something was said on the sidelines, but we're up here. We can't really hear much.
Regardless, 2nd and 10. Prue's going to toss it out to Costa, trying to get
He's got
something.
blockers.
Costa bouncing to the right, and down he goes.
Footing.
Number 11 on the tackle, Mike Nolan for Cohasset. And once again, the Case drive looks doomed, as that's a loss of about 2, I would say 3 yards.
The carry, tackle by number 11, Michael Nolan.
And that's going to be a 3rd and 13.
3-yard loss on the play.
For
3rd
Case.
and 13 from the
Jared,
Case Cardinal,
this does not
23-yard
look
line.
good so far out of the gates of the second half for Case.
Well, I expect a pass here.
I would expect a pass too.
Line up
Out
two on the
of
left,
Prue.
one
We
right.
got 3 wide receivers left, 1 right and a back behind.
Like you
Prue,
said.
he is going to look to pass, throwing across the middle. He's got
Got a
Costa
man.
open, and he's tackled out near the first down marker. That was a great play, and it is a
Excellent
first
pass.
down. Perfect pass to Costa on the slant. Nothing fancy about that.
Pass
Stop
on the
and
right.
go on the
Number
slant.
2, Number 2, Chris Costa.
Excellent
And
pass
Gain of
by Peru there.
13 yards and a first down for the Cardinals.
And
You
it
gotta
will
give the
be a
credit
first
up
down
front.
for Case.
You got to give the credit up front there. They have great protection. Give them time to
First
throw
and
that
10
ball.
Cardinals from
Finally, we got a little
36-yard
momentum
line.
going in this game. We got the cheerleaders going. I see a little more energy out of the crowd as well. 1st and 10 for Case from the 36-yard line.
There we
We're
go.
looking to pass again, and he's looking for Costa
got his
again.
man.
He's got him, and it's over. It's headed complete. That was well defended by Kyle McFedridge on the play
Pass from
for
Prue,
Cohasset.
number 2, Chris Costa, it's overthrown. It's incomplete pass. Be 2nd and 10.
He did have Costa on the right, but that was excellent coverage, as I said, by McFedridge. Not pass interference at all, and that'll be a 2nd and 10. The clock stops. 9 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
I got to say, cold nights like this makes it tough to throw, but
Oh, it
Peru's
does.
hanging in there. He's doing a great job.
The ball hurts when you catch it, because it's not exactly a Nerf ball out there either. Peru going to be a double reverse. He gives it
What a
inside
play
to Timitot. He gave it to Costa first, who gave it to Timitot. A decent gain on that run for Jeremy Timitot out near about the 45-yard line. I would say a gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4 for Case.
Timitot, the ball carrier. It's a gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the Cardinal 42-yard line.
3rd and 4 from the 42.
I'm curious to see what Case is going to call here.
Yeah.
Manageable third down. You think they're
Third
going to
and
ride
4.
the
I
arm
would
of Peru?
imagine they, unless it's another sack, they probably go for it here if they don't get it. But let's see.
Looks like we got another run play coming in.
Peru gonna take the stab. It's gonna be a
correction.
fake. It's gonna be play action. He's gonna man. It's
Intercepted.
intercepted by Cohasset on the play. He's still on his feet. They're gonna tackle him. That's Froyo, and all of a sudden Froyo's gonna go down the other sideline, and he's gonna take it all the way back for a touchdown.
What a backbreaker. Case finally gets
That
something
was an
going.
unexpected turn of events as Noah Froyo intercepts that pass, and it's a pick 6 all of a sudden. He takes it back all the way. Peru did have Costa open on that play,
Result of the play
pass was
intercepted
not
by
right there.
22.
and Noah Froyo.
Noah Froyo.
Have a game, why don't you, young man? Now it's 23-0 Cohasset.
For Cohasset.
And
Well,
just
folks, I hope you started the Skipper's
after
defense
touchdown.
on your fantasy team this week. Big points coming
if
from
such
them.
a thing exists as a D3 high school football fantasy, the Cohasset defense would be high. Now, Jared, as soon as Case gets momentum, all of a sudden we have a pick 6, and Cohasset's lining up to make it 24-0.
Took the air right out of the crowd.
And that was unexpected. He did have Costa open, but the pass was slightly off right into the arms of Froyo, who took it back all the way. Nobody touched him really on his way to the end zone. And Ward going to be back to the kicking. The snap is down, the kick is up, and
Just go.
he did get
The
it.
kick is good.
The kick is good.
Number 10.
8 minutes and
Ward.
17 seconds to go in the third quarter. The score is 24-0
And with 8:17
Skippers
remaining in the third
over
quarter,
Case.
the score is Cohasset Skippers 24, Case Cardinal 0.
In a game of momentum, Jared, that kind of abruptly halted that.
Yeah, that was a
Nothing-
tough one to take there.
Nothing really has momentum like a pick 6 going the other way. That was the first pick 6 I remember so far this year. I don't remember previous years all that well. That's gonna make it extremely difficult for Case to come back in this game. Although, as I said before in previous broadcasts, there was a certain game played in early February of a local football team. They're down 28-3, but not much time left in the third quarter against the Atlanta Falcons, and the Patriots did come back and win. So I mean, you never know, and they pretty much looked dead all game up to that point. So
Well, let's hope number 12 comes out of that tunnel for Case.
yeah, let's see if Tom Brady suddenly makes an appearance, but Devin Peru will have to work his into Tom Brady and try to get Case back into this game with 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 24-0 Cohasset. A game that has been all Skippers so far. That's kind of an understatement.
No
And it's
surprise
going to be another
onside
good
here.
kick by Ward. Fielded by Costa, cutting inside. Now back to the right. And he's going to be wrapped up by number 20, Patrick Haggerty, for the Skippers. And Case will take over for their second possession here of the second half.
Number 2, Chris Costa on the return. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first and 10 from the
Ball's going to be at the
35.
35-yard line. Now, obviously, when Jared, when offense goes out here, pick 6 is not one of the offensive plans. So I would imagine Case would do everything they can to avoid this here. But up to that point, Peru had been passing the ball well.
Yeah. Oh, he lines up in the shotgun here.
But no, different formation for Case is a shotgun. Peru gonna keep
not
it
Peru.
rolling to his left, and he's gonna block, and Peru is gonna be wrestled out near the 40-yard line by a couple of Cohasset defenders. I did not see who was in there on the tackle on that.
Yeah, it looked like Costa on the direct snap there.
Oh, was it Costa on the direct snap?
Pretty
I
decent
apologize.
run
I
on
thought it
first
was
down.
Peru.
Bit of a 5-yard gain there.
So Costa took the
Chris
direct
Costa
snap on
on the
that
direct
5-yard
snap.
run. It's hard to see
Gain of 5
exactly
on the
up
play.
here, especially when everybody kind
It'll be
of
2nd and 5. from
meshes
the Cardinal
together.
30.
You can hear a pin drop in the Case side of things right now. It's not surprising with a score of 24-0. 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Look at this wide receiver uncovered.
Another
Not even
Wildcat formation. They snap it to Costa. I mean, why not?
What a
May as well
move.
try something different. And spun down at last by number 24 for the Skippers. That's Will Thomas on the tackle for Cohasset.
pretty decent run there. It's hard to do much when you have 3 guys in your face in the snap.
Right, and Costa did what he could. I did.
Costa on the carry for a yard.
Wildcat.
Number 24, Will Thomas.
Wildcat formation. Gained about a yard in the play.
Will
3rd and 5.
stand for
Maybe a
From the
long
Cardinals.
4. I'd say 3rd and 4 is
31-yard
more
line.
likely for Case from the 41-yard line. I would imagine a pass here, but we can certainly see as Prew's going to line up under center here. No more Wildcat. 2 wide receivers split out to the right. Prew stepping back, now rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's going to put it up, and that was a dangerous throw. And it's intercepted again by Cohasset. This time it's number 15, Kyle McFedridge.
That's a tough play there. He was pressured right away, throwing off his back foot. That's usually a recipe for disaster.
Right, Prew up his back foot. I can tell that pass was sort of doomed from the beginning as soon as I saw the two Cohasset defenders right there.
On the Cardinal.
And the Cohasset defense continues to smother Case. 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Well, I like to see what Case can do. This is their first look in the second half on defense.
Right, but Cohasset has not actually had the ball yet this half. They did a pick 6 before. Let's see what Lund comes out at here. It's going to be a toss play out to number 21.
Nice tackle by Ty Kudo there.
That's
good penetration.
Jake Concius, I imagine. The name is kind of smudged on my sheet here. Also, like Cohasset's going to get some different players in there. I mean, I don't blame them.
Carrying the play for Cohasset, number 21.
Yeah, don't expect them to do much other than run the ball. They're just going to use the clock here.
I would be surprised if Cohasset came out throwing the ball, just kind of try to milk the clock and get as much of this done as possible, but we can certainly see. Lund, again, it's going to be a hand of the Concius, and the ball goes down,
but it looks
like he jumped on it. That could have been a break KC did, but Concius fell right on the ball as soon as it came out.
Yeah, lucky bounce there.
And it's going to be a loss on the play, but no fumble at least for the Skippers. Loss of, I would say, about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 14 for Cohasset coming up from their own 48-yard line now.
So what do you think, Tyler? You think they're going to step on the gas here and throw a pass, or you think they're just going to stay with the run?
With 3rd and 14, I would imagine they'd come out. I mean, I'm not a coach here. I would imagine to see a pass coming out of here by Lund. But I could be wrong, and of course I'm wrong. And actually, it's a trick play.
Oh, boy.
It's a trick play, and he's got the well covered by Timitot. And a penalty on the play I see back there. That might have been a late hit on Case. That was a trick play. Mike Nolan got it, and he tried to pass it to his quarterback.
Up by number
Lund.
24, Jeremy Timitot. There's a flag on the play.
Jeremy Timitot did good coverage. I don't think Lund really even saw that ball coming in. He didn't turn to it. Let's see what the penalty's about. And the officials are discussing. And it's going to be roughing the passer on Case, which is an automatic first down for Cohasset.
The 15-yard penalty.
That's a tough one there.
When it rains, it pours. And not only was it roughing, it was roughing the passer literally because it wasn't even the quarterback back there throwing. It was a wide receiver on a trick play.
Skippers first and
So I was technically right. It was a pass.
On the 36-yard line.
But Cohasset's going to now have a first set of downs, 1st and 10 from about the 35 yard line. The ball is on the ground.
Looks like Case got it.
Case got that. Another fumble botch snap. And it looks like Case got that.
I guess not.
No, they didn't. This is why I am not a referee. This is completely confirmed that.
Covered by Cohasset.
I thought that Case had jumped on that, but the Skippers did fall, and I don't even know who.
Wish we had a little bit of instant replay there. It looked like Case had it.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. Cohasset has 2 fumbles. Luckily, they've recovered both of them in the last 3 plays. 2nd and 10 for the Skippers from the 35. Lund's going to give it inside. Now he's going to keep it a pick play.
Boy.
Out an option. Well run by Cohasset, and into the end zone goes number 11. That's Mike Nolan. And that play looked like it was going to go nowhere, and it results in a touchdown. Now, everything. There's a penalty flag on the play. I was just told. That looks like that might be coming back. The referee just pointed towards Cohasset. Mike Nolan ended up in the end zone, but trainer Russ Boardman zipping around on the track in his cart I see down there. And it's going to be a block in the back on Cohasset. The Case catches a lucky break there. That'll keep the Skippers out of the end zone. We go over a couple of things right now. The Case coach is Anthony Palandino. Assistant coaches Jay Azuli, Grant Hayter, Matt Lockwood, Todd Netto, Al Palandino, and Joe Martin.
Nullify the play.
Team captains are Devin Prew, Ty Kudo, Isaac Tucker, Kyle Kohler. As I said, the athletic trainer is Russ Boardman. Principal is Brian McCann.
Bring up 2nd and 16 from the Cardinal 43-yard line.
I myself
Absolutely
am a
love Brian McCann with my time at Case. Class of 2013, great guy.
I myself am a graduate of KSAC 2009. Jared, they said, is 2013. So we actually never crossed paths while we were at Case. Although he graduated with my brother.
I didn't see you guys when I graduated.
Lund rolling to his side, not going to keep it inside. He's going to look and pass it. He's got a man.
Tough
It's going to
pass.
be.
Oh,
it is
what an
intercepted by Case.
interception.
What an interception.
Looked like
On that
Clayton
play.
Dyer there.
Clayton Dyer.
Clayton Dyer came sliding up, and that reminds me a lot of, I believe it was.
One is intercepted on the play.
I
by
forgot
Cardinal number 10, Clayton Dyer.
who the wide receiver was, but it was Al Michaels saying he did what? And it was a Monday Night Football game. It was Green Bay and Minnesota, I think, in 2000. Was that Freeman? I think it was Freeman. Antonio. That reminds me of that.
It'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals from their own 19-yard line.
Almost like the Jermaine Kearse catch in the end zone to the Super Bowl rather. That's another one.
Yeah.
But that was. Boy, Case needed a break, and they definitely got one there. I'm not sure about how the outcome of the game is going to be affected. They'll take over with 3:47 to go.
Regardless of
Cohasset.
the score, I gotta say, Cohasset shooting themselves from the foot once again with the penalties. Had a big touchdown taking up the ball, and Case comes up big with that interception.
Right, Cohasset did score, if you remember. Mike Nolan did run it in, and then block in the back took that right off, and Case ends up getting it on an interception, a classic one by Clayton Dyer. And a
Another
penalty
penalty.
flag on the field. It wasn't quite as impressive as the Freeman. I don't actually remember who the wide receiver was on that, but watching this, we can say he did what? Let's see, it looks like a holding penalty. This has hold written all over it here. Let's see what the referee officially says. And it's going to be actually a face mask. Pardon me. And once again, Cohasset shoots itself in the foot with another
The
penalty.
flag in the play is a personal foul face mask.
This
A
is,
15-yard penalty, an automatic first
I'm
down.
sure it isn't, but this is the most penalties I can remember being called on a single team in this stadium in quite some time.
Cardinals first down
And a
at their
15-yard
own
penalty
36-yard
will
line.
move
First
Case
and
up to about their own 36-yard line as Peru's going to take the snap here.
We'll see if Case
Couple
can
men
take advantage
around.
of these mistakes.
Peru's going to hand it off to. Did not see who got the carry on that. I think it was Tibitot. It was Tibitot. Okay, I saw it before, but I wasn't sure. Short gain on the play by Tibitot. So Case with a lucky break. Let's see if they can cash in anything. Their last two drives ended in an interception.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
Second and I'd say
From the Cardinal 39-yard line.
7 or 8. Either one really. About 3 minutes to go here from their own 39-yard line. Case is amazing as this is still not out of this. 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions, and they've tied the game, and they do have to hold Cohasset as a result. Brewer's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. There's going to be a pass out to Costa. He's got the open
Costa's
space
got
in
big
front of him.
space here.
There goes Costa down the sideline. Going to be wrestled finally down to the ground out near the 25-yard line by Cohasset. Number 11, Mike Nolan on the tackle for the Skippers. This is a safe play that resulted in the big gain for Case.
Yeah, 35-yard D.
Gain of about 35 yards. That's going to
Pass
put Case
from
out
Peru,
near
number 2, Chris
at the
Costa,
26-yard
35
line.
yards.
Nothing
Over
too
Case
fancy
up
about
there.
that, just a little
Cohasset,
swing pass back to the
26-yard
running
line,
back,
first and
but
10 Cardinals to the
sometimes you
26.
get your running back to break it big, and that is exactly what Case did right there.
Big play there. Case needed that. That's what the doctor ordered.
Peru's going to hand it off to Tibitot, bouncing to the left, and he is going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Number 20 for Cohasset. That's Patrick Haggerty in on the tackle. That'll be a loss of about 2 yards. The official has the third down. There we go. He just changed it. I was thinking it was the third and
Carry
13
around the play
already.
with number 24, Jeremy Tibitot.
About a minute and
After
45
loss
seconds
of
to go.
2,
Loss
bringing
of
up
2 on the
2nd and
play.
12.
2nd and 12 for Case over the 32-yard line.
See, I know you got 2 interceptions in the game here, but you got to force it downfield. Too slow in the huddle, too slow coming out of the huddle. You got to get it going.
Case has to hurry here. They're not out of it yet, but I know Peru, like I said, has 2, Jared, as he said, has 2 interceptions, but he still has to come out here passing if they do want to get back in this game. And Peru is going to pass here, rolling to his right, looking to throw. And he's going to head. He's got Tibitot.
Oh, wow.
It is
Nothing
incomplete. Kind of a duck coming out. They're defended by Mike Nolan on the play for the Skippers.
That's a tough non-call
He
there.
took a shot for the end zone. There
Pass
was
to
some
number 8,
contact
number 2,
there.
For Tivitot,
But
incomplete.
when the contact is incidental, it is not a penalty, and there's really no way to, especially if your feet get tangled. So that was incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 12 for Case. Now, Jared, I would expect another pass in this situation, even if it's just a short little
3rd and 12 for the Cardinals.
slant pattern here.
Absolutely.
28-yard line. Cohasset.
Maybe they do
28-yard
that
line.
swing pass again. We'll see. You got a big chunk last time from Costa. We'll see if they do it again.
Minute and 11 seconds to go. Obviously, this is a huge play to decide this game. 24-0 Cohasset. Prue has 3 wide receivers left, 1 right and a back behind. He's going to look to pass. It's going to be a quick play out to Costa. Costa's going to catch it. Looks like and he's going to be wrapped up behind you, the first down marker. I think he got that.
Yeah, looks
Cal
like he got
Austin
it.
on the tackle.
Yeah, first down.
For the Skippers. That was a safe little pass. Zone coverage, I believe, was on that one, so he just kind of quickly got it out to him, and I think Prue read that. And it is going to be a first down for Case. We have under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter as Case gets ever closer to finally getting in the end zone.
At the 14-yard line.
Yeah, you got to ride the hot hands here. I'd be looking for 2 Costa all
Pass
day.
from 2 to number 2, Chris Costa. For first down for the Cardinals.
First and
First
10 for
the
Case
14-yard
from
line.
the 14. 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Costa's going to motion, Prue's going to motion Costa behind him, hands off inside to Kudo. He's going to rumble ahead for a couple of yards, but not a whole lot there.
Number 45, Ty Kudo.
Gain of,
on the
I would
carry.
say, about 3 yards on the play. It's
Gain
going to be
of about
2nd and
3.
7. Cohasset
Second
making a
and 7.
substitution, number 77, Jack
From the
Mahoney
11-yard
coming in the
line.
game. I've not said his name yet, and Case might just let this clock tick down.
Yeah, it's
As
right.
I
They
see
don't have to
about
play.
11 seconds, and they might take a little more time to decide this. At the start of the 4th quarter, probably going the other way, and Case is going to walk off the field here. So that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter here from Cardinal Stadium. The score is the Cohasset Skippers 24 and Case 0. We'll take a break and be back to bring you 4th quarter action.
Stadium.
I'd like to get the.
Welcome back to the start of the
Wait, that
4th
kid
and final
number
quarter from Cardinal Stadium. 2nd and 7.
5'9",
Case, as they just
65,
changed the field
5'7",
position.
150.
Prue's going to enter Costa, double reverse inside. That's going to be Timitot heading for the end zone, and
he's
he
in.
is in.
What a run.
Touchdown for Case on the first play of the 4th quarter. Jeremy Timitot on a double reverse as Prue gave it to Costa and gave it to Timitot, and in he goes.
Ball carrier.
The Case at long last has cracked
For 11-yard
the
touchdown.
scoreboard.
for the
11-yard
Cardinals.
touchdown run for Costa. That'll make it 24-6. Cohasset still with the lead. As Case will obviously line up to go for 2 here. See if Case can punch this in here. Make this into a game. Prue's going to toss it out to Costa, bouncing inside, and he is close. I don't think he got in. The official's going to spot it, and he is short.
The point after try is no
The
good.
2-point conversion fails for Case,
with
and as a
10:51
result,
remaining in the
that'll make the
fourth
score
quarter.
24-6. That'll keep the game remain. The game will remain,
Cohasset
excuse me,
24, Case 6.
as a 3-score game. Well, Jared didn't have a chance to breathe coming back from the short break there. Case has already scored.
We'll see what happens.
A little
now.
unexpected there.
Yeah, let's see if Case's defense can come up big again. What do you think? You think Case pulls something out of their playbook here? Maybe a little surprise onside?
I was going to say, I'm not sure if Case is going to come out here and try an onside kick, or if they're going to try to have their defense hold firm. But the defense did, granted, force a turnover on the last drive, I might add. A little bit of a crazy play from Clayton Dyer. Intercepted it. I was informed Colin Sullivan, one of the big contributors to the Case defense, is injured and therefore not playing. I'm trying to see if I can see him in uniform anywhere
No, he's not.
on the sideline or anything. I don't see him here.
When they did the senior night thing, he came out in street clothes. I think it's him right here with the black pants. on.
Colin Sullivan is, I don't even know. I see him standing on the Case sideline. Some sort of injury prevented him from playing, and he's a very good defender. It's going to be a
Case kicks
normal
out.
kickoff. That might go out of bounds, and it is going to go
Yikes.
out of bounds. And just things start going right for Case. The kickoff goes out of bounds, which if you're unfamiliar with that rule, we'll put the ball at the 40-yard line. John Carney, former kicker of the Carolina Panthers, knows what that feeling is like all too well. Super Bowl 38. Patriots and Panthers kicking it out of bounds, putting the Patriots in great
Ball
field
kicked out of
position
bounds by the
to
Cardinals.
move down the field.
That'll be a re-kick.
Now a little bit of actually, Case is gonna to re-kick that, so Cohasset's gonna try a difference, a 10-yard penalty. In Case will try again. So fun fact time. We're talking about the NFL so much. I am actually a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, and Jared is a Detroit Lions fan. So
Yeah, how unfortunate for me.
you got a Jaguars and a Lions fan bringing you action here. So now it's going to be a squib kick, and it's going to be fielded by number 20, Patrick Haggerty, for Cohasset. Just a little bit of a fun fact there for you at home. I've actually been a Jaguars fan pretty much my entire life since I was about 5 years old. When I was much younger, my youth, probably 5, 6, maybe 7 years old, I was fascinated with sports logos. And I didn't really know anything of it, but the Jacksonville Jaguars was my favorite logo, and then it stuck. Of course, when I started liking the Jacksonville Jaguars is the late 90s when they had Mark Brunell and Fred Taylor, and the Jacksonville Jaguars actually single-handedly put Dan Marino into retirement. They beat the Dolphins 62-7 in the playoffs in 1999, and then lost to the Titans in the AFC Championship. I'm happy to see they're finally good this year. Anyway, I need to stop going on. It's Cohasset with a great run. That's number 21.
Yeah. One guy to beat.
Conscious is finally wrapped up by Devin Prue. That's the backup running back, Jake Conscious, who looks to be injured on that play, and he is hurt. It looks like
And it looks like this run might be coming back too.
and it might be coming back anyway. Conscious does look injured. He had a couple of players going over and checking on him. So Ikuda just actually no, he's not injured. He's got a face full of turf stuck in his helmet. I can see his players trying to take more of it out. Flag on the play, so they might be coming back. I thought Conscious was hurt, like I said, but I see he's got a bunch of mud stuck in his face mask. That's the sign of a good run. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty on Cohasset, so all that was for nothing. I saw a couple of the Cohasset players trying to take the mud out of his face mask. And even Ty Kudo get into the action and tried to take it out, the mud out, but that's good sportsmanship right there. So Conscious heads to the sidelines, probably to clean out his helmet.
For first down, it'll be first down Cohasset at the Cardinal.
So the first down is still good because the penalty took place after the run. And our friend Noah Froyo is back in the game as Conscious takes care of his helmet. Froyo is going to cut back inside. There he goes again. There goes Froyo again, cutting back to the left. He's finally going to be wrestled out of bounds by Kohler for Case. Another big run for Noah Froyo. What a game Noah Froyo has had for Cohasset.
Absolutely. Came up big on the defensive side with that pick six earlier. And now he's having a big game behind that big offensive line. For
now,
Cohasset.
if only Noah Froyo played for Case, because he is a senior, a way to celebrate senior night, because sort of ruined the party here at Cardinal Stadium. Froyo's still out there. It's the 1st and 10 now for Cohasset from about the 19. It's going to be a handoff inside. I didn't quite see who was on the run on there because it happened very quickly. That was number 15, I was just informed, Kyle McFedridge on the run there for Cohasset. And that's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for Case. About 9.5 minutes to go. As you can see, it's 24-6 in favor of the Skippers.
On the carry. Gain of 3 on the play. The 2nd and 7 from the Cardinal 16.
2nd and 7 for Cohasset coming up from the 16. A little bit of jumping going on for Case, something called.
Nice tackle. Oh boy, never
And
mind.
it's going to be number 21. That's Conscious. Bounced off a couple men, finally wrapped up.
By Logan LeBlanc there, 75.
Conscious, the senior running back for Cohasset, coming in at 5'6", 150 pounds. He does look
initial hit by number 81.
short on some of the other players out there.
Kohler, number 75, Logan LeBlanc.
Reminds me of
3rd down and 3
former NFL running back Warwick
from
Dunn.
the Cardinal 12.
Wow, what a
Short.
blast from the pass.
Blast from the pass, that is. Short and fast, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons, I believe, was most of his career.
Right up the middle.
One's going to look the pass. He's going to be in the end zone, and
That's
it
a
is
touchdown.
incomplete.
Wow.
He was looking for number 14, David Burke.
He might have trapped him on that play.
For number 14, David Burke. It's incomplete.
And it looks like Cohasset's going to come out and bring the field goal unit on the field.
4th and 3
As
for Cohasset.
Cliff Ward going to come out to do the
Bring
kicking
field goal
again.
Kicking team onto the field.
I believe number 59, I may as well say his name for Cohasset. Victor Nehar is in the game as well. Number 7, Matt Lund, the quarterback, coming back. Are they going to kick? They might actually go for it.
Yeah, they're going for it.
They had the kicking team originally came on, and then the coach changed his mind. Now that Cohasset is going to go for it.
I think they're trying to put this game to rest.
But to put a dagger here, that would really put the game out of reach. Lund going to motion a man to his left. There's going to be a handoff inside to Froyo. Why not? Up he goes, and he's going to get the first down, I think. It certainly looks from my angle that he got it, and he did get it.
He did.
So 4th and 3, hand to the main man. That's Noah Froyo, and another first down for the Skippers.
Cohasset first down. Be first and goal.
Incredible
from
game
the
for
Cardinal
Noah
6.
Froyo, the senior running back for Cohasset. Just running all over the Case defense so far as we about 8 minutes to go. It's going to be first and goal for the Skippers from the 6-yard line. A touchdown here pretty much will put the game in an extra point. Will put the game almost insurmountable, up by 25 points with 7 minutes to go. Lund rolling to his left, like the pass is going to be in the end zone, and it is caught. That's a touchdown, David Burke. Statement there for
David Burke.
the Skippers.
Cohasset touchdown.
Excellent play by Lund. He has quite some touch on his throws.
Yeah.
Before the extra point, that'll make the score 30-6 in favor of the Skippers. Like I said, the extra point makes it a 25-point lead.
Just over 7 minutes ago. It looks like Cohasset might reach the 500 mark by the end of tonight with 5-5
Well,
record.
barring a miracle of unbelievable proportions, I can imagine Cohasset coming out of here as the victor in this one. Snap is down, the extra point is up, and he drilled it again. That's Cliff Ward, the kicker. Has a missing extra point on field goal.
PAT kicking, it's good.
That'll make the score the ever popular 31-6.
With 7:35 remaining in the
Score
fourth
right
quarter.
now.
The score is now Cohasset Skippers 31, Case Cardinal 6.
I love making football references, but in the world of odd scores, I don't think anything will top the Super Bowl a couple years ago. 43-8. Seahawks beat the Broncos.
Yeah, that was
First
embarrassing.
43-8 game in the history of the NFL, and it took place in the Super Bowl. So certainly a way to make things interesting. Well,
2
Jared,
years
as you
later,
said,
back
Cohasset was 4-5 coming into this game, unless possibly the greatest comeback in the history of high school football happens in the next 7 minutes and 35 seconds. I imagine that Cohasset will exit this game with a record of 5-5 in Case will drop to, I believe they came in at either 5-4 or 5-3. I don't remember.
Case?
Yeah.
5-4.
They were 5-4, so that'll make Case 5-5 going into Thanksgiving Day game against Somerset. Costa's going to field it about the 10-yard line. Costa bouncing inside. He's got a good, decent return going for. He's wrestled down by several Cohasset players. Number 14, David Burke, was in there on that tackle. I saw him. And Case will take over
Return, tackle number 14.
for another possession.
David Burke.
The last Case possession did result in a touchdown. I will give them credit with that.
Cardinals take over at their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
I mean, there's a big difference, in my opinion, between a game being 31-6 and 31-12, or 31-14, depending on it. I mean, it's a matter of just scoring at the end of the game. I would say the last home game, Case actually came down the field and scored at the very end with not much time left to make it a little closer. Toss play out to Costa. He's going to bounce to the left, and he's going to be wrestled down in front of the Case bench. That
Looked a
was
little
number
late
12, Danny Noah, in there on the tackle for Cohasset. I'm seeing many clean white jerseys on the field right now
Yeah, not looking good.
for
Costa, the ball carrier.
these Skippers, which is
9 on the
usually
play.
not a good
Brings
sign.
up 2nd and 1.
Number 12, Danny Noah, and I haven't said his name yet. He's in there.
36-yard line.
Number 5, Kyle Ferreira. I see him in the game. I've not said his name yet. Gray Thomas. I see him in the game. Actually, that could be Brendan Cooper. Another number 2 for Cohasset. Let's see what Case can do here. 2nd and 1. Another toss out to Tivitot. Tivitot heading for the corner. He does have the first down. A little bit more. Wrestled down near the Cohasset sideline by number 18, Tucker Fulton. Another new name in that game for the Skippers. So Case with 2 pretty good runs here out of the gates to
Ball
start.
carrier, gain of 7 on the play.
This drive, a
Brings up the
7-yard
Cardinal first down. It'll be 1st
gain
and
on the
10
play. It's going to be a first down for
from
Case.
their own 43-yard line.
From the Case 43, Keegan LeCompte, number 88, coming into the game. Prue going to motion Timitat behind him. That was going to be an
Nice
inside
handoff up the
handoff.
middle.
That was a pretty decent gain. I didn't even see who got the run on that.
Looks like he's about a yard short for the first down there.
Yard shot. Was that? That was Kudo. I thought that was number 45, the fullback, rumbling
Number
in for
45,
Case.
Ty Kudo, ball carrier.
9 yard
Nine
gain
on
in the play. And Jared, Case is moving the ball pretty well in
Bring
this
up
drive.
second and one.
A little
from
too
the
late.
Cohasset 49
Yeah.
They
yard
really
line.
have a chance to come back and win this game, but I got to give them some credit for putting up some fight here.
Yeah, they're playing for pride right now. Senior night, they just want to get some points on the board. I know they have 6 up there, but they're just trying to get out of here
About
with some
5
more
minutes and
points.
20 seconds to go. The score is 31-6, Cohasset.
You know, when I played, a
Firmly
lot of
controlled.
coaches say, you know, you got to take the momentum into next week. You get some momentum in here, you know, bring that into Thanksgiving, see how you do from there.
Prue ended up giving it to Timitat. A little interesting plays. He kind of just stood there handing the ball as they ran a fake, and Timitat is going to pick up a first down on that play.
Jeremy Timitat, gain of 4 on the play. That'd be enough for a Cardinal first down.
A great run on the play.
From the Cohasset
Case will move the
45
sticks.
yard line.
Phillips is in there for Cohasset, whose names I haven't said this game. We got number 53 out there. That's Ryan Donovan. He's been out there for a good part of the game. Number 24, Will Thomas. He stayed out there. Danny Nolan, I said his name before. He's out there, number 12. Prue rolling to his leg of quarterback keeper inside and wrestled by a couple of Cohasset players. That's some shoving going on the field.
Whoa.
Number
That's not
32
needed.
for Cohasset, Jake Sullivan, and number 77, Riley DeSantis for Case. Be careful, you don't want a needless penalty out there.
Yeah, Case is letting their frustrations out. 31-6 game. Not many people are happy on the maroon and gold side.
Gain of about 2 on the play. No penalties were thrown in that play. It was all
Second and 8.
just a little bit of minor
Cohasset 42
shouting
yard
going on, not like a full-fledged fight. Under 4 minutes to go. And a timeout, it looks like, has been called on the play by, I believe, Cohasset. A full timeout, but we will
Time on the
stay.
field.
Yeah, he's
Right here.
bringing in the troops there.
Looks like Cohasset's going to put some substitutions in. Now, I explained to Jared, I'm not saying that we didn't have fun up here tonight, but it's a little more fun when Case is winning. And
That's
a
true.
couple of games earlier this year, we did the Diamond game where they won handily, and we did the Fairhaven game, which was close, and then play of the year, I think, as I talked to some people, was that pass from Prue to Kohler that pretty much put a dagger in that game right at the very end. That was great, seeing the momentum. I would say in this game, there has been a lack of big plays for Case. They haven't had any huge runs or anything. They've systematically moved the ball up the field. And while Cohasset's had a couple of huge runs, they had a pick 6 earlier. They pretty much just controlled the momentum. Case does have a touchdown, yes, but not consistently. There's going to be another double reverse inside to Timitat, and as soon as I mentioned a big play, a decent run by Timitat at the 30-yard line, tackled by number 12, Danny Nolan for the Skippers. That'll be another first down on the play for Case.
Timitat, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they're moving the chains here,
Gain of
looking
14
good.
on the play.
Case, look at this.
Cardinal first down.
Get one
The
more
first and 10
touchdown
Cardinals
tonight.
From the Cohasset 29-yard line.
Make the game a little bit closer.
We'll see what they can do here.
Promising looking drive for Case. One of the better ones they've had all game. Who's going to line up two backs behind him. He's got a wide receiver. LeCompte split out to the right. Toss play to Costa. Costa looking for the outside. He's not going to get it. He actually makes it up to about the line of scrimmage.
Jeez, he's
and
met by
wrestled
the
down
half
by
the team
several Cohasset players. Number 24, Will Thomas, was the main one on the tackle for the Skippers. 3 minutes remaining here in the game. He got back. I think he got to the line of scrimmage, and that was about it. So no gain on the play. Second and 10
Costa,
for
the ball
Case.
carrier. Be no gain on the play. It'll be second and 10.
Two minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Case is just running the clock out at this point. Temperature, I think, has dropped, if that's possible, for the beginning of the game. It is very cold up here in the press box. There's no heating whatsoever. No bad wind out.
Roll out,
Prue
yeah.
rolling to his left,
He's
looking
got
to
a
pass.
man.
He gets a man open, and it's going to be incomplete. Number 10, Clayton Dyer was the intended receiver on that play. He had a couple men down there. He had Dyer, and I believe he had Costa too. No, Kohler, excuse me, number 9. But the pass was incomplete.
Number 9, Kyle Kohler, is incomplete.
2 minutes and 14
Bring up
seconds
3rd and 10
remaining.
for the Cardinals.
3rd and 10 for Case from the 29-yard line. Prue did have some open green in front of them there too if he wanted to take off and run with it, but he did try the pass, which was incomplete. But
Yeah, you got to force it downfield.
you may as well try it at this point in the game.
Oh, we got a long 3rd down here, 3rd down and 10. We'll see what Case pulls out of their playbook here. I'm thinking a pass coming out here.
I would imagine there would be a pass on this play, but like I said, I'm not a coach, so I'm not really one to judge. And Prue is going to try to pass.
There's
It's
that
gonna be
swing
another
pass.
swing
Oh,
play.
and it's
Bat
right
it
back in his
down.
face.
You got to be careful. Oh, that could have been a crazy interception.
Oof.
That was batted down and bounced off a couple players. It finally hit the ground incomplete.
24, Jeremy Diptop. That ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Will-
Bring up 4th and 10.
Will Thomas, number 24, knocked that ball down. That was dangerous. That could have been another pick 6 if that had bounced the right way for Cohasset. Luckily, it did not. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. 4th and 10 for Case from the 29-yard line. I'd imagine another pass coming out of here for Case.
Well, this is the game here.
This is essentially, if Case doesn't get this, Cohasset will essentially just run the clock out. If not, I wouldn't say they kneel on it yet because they can just call timeouts, but a good long huddle going out there. May as well go out with a bang if this is the last play of the year at home, especially on senior night. 4th and 10 for Case from the 29-yard line. Prue backing
He's
up,
got
looking to
Costa.
pass, and he's got a man. He's got Costa, throws it up, and it's completed to Costa.
Oh, what a late shot there by 32. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Pass was underthrown, but Costa did come back and get it, so a good long pass. Brendan Cooper, number 2. Number 32, Jake Sullivan in there on the defense for Cohasset,
Pass
but
from Prue, complete to Chris Costa.
You can see Costa's not happy. I thought that was a late hit myself.
I thought it was a late hit as well from up here. Costa was looking at the
Cohasset
officials for
6-yard
a
line.
call. He didn't get it. 1st and goal for Case at the 6-yard line, so a good run on that play. Not much reaction from the crowd. There's actually a mass exodus of fans going on right now. It was actually a number of Somerset fans arrived. I noticed that on there. I'm not sure.
Getting a little scouting report, it
Little
looks
scouting
like.
report, right, yeah.
Well,
Hand
up
over the middle, Kudo, and he is, let's see if they rule him, he's going to be short. Down at about the 2-yard line, hand off to Ty Kudo, getting about 3 yards. It'll be a 2nd and goal now for Case.
Kudo, the ball carrier,
Number 3. I heard a popping of balloons going out on the left side, as I believe, looks like the Case cheerleaders are out taking down various signs, banners, and balloons that they erected for senior night. About a minute left in the game. Let's see if Case can finally just punch this in and get a little bit closer. Prue going to toss out to
run. Keep
Kudo,
that space
heading
out
for
there.
the corner, and
And
he
he's
is in. A touchdown for Case as Prudo tumbles over the corner pylon. 52 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, I'll give Case credit. They're not giving up here.
Now Case showing a lot of fight here. That makes the score 31-12, and as I said before, there's a big difference between 31-6 and 31-12. Case will attempt to actually make it 31-14 if they can convert this 2-point conversion. They did run a 2-point conversion earlier, and they did not get it. Let's see if this goes any differently here. Costa's going to hand off, and
Oh,
that
he's
went
met right
absolutely
away.
nowhere as
Yikes.
Costa is swarmed by Cohasset. That was actually a loss, the 2-point conversion.
That pretty much sums up tonight's game.
That the 2-point conversion fails,
Is no good.
and that'll make it
52 seconds remaining in the ball game. The score is now Cohasset 31, Case
that'll make it
12.
31-12 in favor of Cohasset. Jared, as you said, a lot of fight for Case. They showed it the last drive, but he's getting the ball down the field and scoring. It still counts.
Well, expect to see an onside kick here.
I'd imagine an onside kick. There's only 52 seconds remaining in the game. Just trying to get something, and if Cohasset gets it, I would not be surprised if they just take a kneel down and then we get out of here.
Yeah, they walk out of here with the W. I would if I was the coach over there.
That'll make Cohasset's record 5-5. I have no idea who their Thanksgiving rival usually is. Probably Hingham or a school up there. Or Hull or what else? Norwell is up there.
Well, they'll be riding up back on their long ride with a nice victory.
That's right. It's about an hour, hour and I think 20 minutes. It was not right around the corner for Cohasset to come all the way down here.
There's no easy way to get there.
And Cohasset is, there's no real highway that goes there. You kind of have to peel off and then take back roads really to get up there.
And here we are. Here comes the. Looks like they
Case,
line it up in the
all
outside.
intents and purposes, looks like an onside kick is coming, but let's see what they do. And they are going to try to pooch it here.
Wow.
And Cohasset's going to take it. They're going to field it. I'm surprised they didn't just fall on that. Patrick Haggerty ended up getting about 3 yards on the play. Killed some more time, 47 seconds. And
Cohasset will take over.
the Skippers will take over, but
the 41-yard line.
the 41-yard line, but I really don't see them doing anything here.
No, I expect to see victory formation.
Either the victory formation and a kneel down coming up, or just a run. Well, Jared, I was glad you could join me in the booth tonight for your first ever game.
Yeah,
Hopefully
absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
You'll be back. I'm sure you'll be back to do more. Like I said, it's more fun when Case wins, but this is quite a way. Cohasset is actually going to line up in an I formation, so they're not done just yet. Looks like they're just going to try to hand the ball off a couple times, and they will. That was conscious up the middle, back to the original line of scrimmage, and that was it. The only remaining game on the schedule for Case is the Thanksgiving Day game against Somerset Berkeley, which is here this year on Thanksgiving Day at 10 o'clock.
No gain on the play.
We will be broadcasting
Second and 10.
that game for you. I'll be back to the play-by-play. This will be the last play of the game, barring an unexpected incomplete pass for Cohasset. As they line up in the I formation again, 11 seconds to go, and it's going to be an inside handoff to the fullback, number 2. That was Gray Thomas, and he's wrapped up past the line of scrimmage as the clock ticks down. That will do it here from Cardinal Stadium. The final score, the Cohasset Skippers 31, and your Case Cardinals 12. This is Tyler Clark, Swansea Cable Access Channel 9, under the direction of Adam Kitchen, with Jared Neville saying good night from Cardinal Stadium, and we will see you on Thanksgiving Day from this field against Somerset Berkeley. Have a nice night.
And stay warm.
Drive safe.